Going live right now. Oh, shoot. I was not prepared. This makes me feel so awkward.
Oh, it's live?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello, worlds.
You can tell we've never done this before.
Oh, crap. There's 3 people in here. I am so scared. Hello, everybody. My nerves are bad. Please don't take me seriously. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Hello. I have poor vision, so I can't see you. Hi. If you hear some rat-tat-tattling in the background, it's because the people we rent our basement to, they have the bathroom thing on and it's making all this noise. Hello, everybody. Nour, can you read the names?
Everyone's just saying hi.
Okay. My friend is here going to be helping me. There's no sound. Chiba squash.
You're just talking to yourself.
I really...
I mean, I'm getting sound over here.
You're getting sound? Are you getting sound now? Hi, everybody. Is there sound now? I can hear you. Oh, somebody can hear us, Nour.
Yeah, people can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna wait a couple more seconds to allow people some time to get in. Yeah. Oh my goodness, honeys, thank you for joining me on my first live. I'm really nervous, so if I seem all over the place, please forgive me. Ah. Oh my goodness.
We got 20 people watching so far.
Oh no, that's bad for my nerves.
You'll be fine.
Oh, bad.
Oh, hopefully
Oh my goodness. Guys, if you don't know, I have social anxiety. I don't leave my house. I just stare at people who live vicariously through life. Oh my goodness. Nour, do you think it's time to start? If you guys don't know, my friend Nour is here. She wants I've been trying to get her to start a YouTube channel for 7 months now.
I have a channel, I just don't upload.
She doesn't upload anything.
I have videos made, it's just editing takes forever. I'm impatient and I don't know how to send them to you to edit them, so eventually we're gonna be filming a video after this for my channel and hopefully it'll go up.
Okay. This omnipotent voice in the
Well,
back.
I mean,
Thank you for complimenting my head wrap.
Well, hopefully, since you're gonna be the one, doing it off of your phone, you can edit it for me.
Okay. Can you read what everybody's saying, fam? I'm blind.
Get your glasses on.
Okay.
Ooh, lots of Nick's receipts. That's what we're gonna be getting into.
What? Oh, Nick's receipts.
Yeah.
Okay. So, honeys, I think I'm gonna get started now because it's just really to get this off my chest. Oh, they stopped the bathroom. Excitement.
Yara says you look cute and she loves the setup.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll compliment my aunt when she comes home. This is her house. I just decorate. So, are you kidding me? Okay. I just wanted to go over a couple of defining words before we get into discussion because I am a word queen. I really believe that understanding the power of words is a good way to start off any sort of conversation. So freaking notifications on my phone popping off. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna become a dictionary for you guys, but the first thing I want to go over is prejudice. It means a preconceived notion or opinion that is not based off of reason or actual experience. Number 2 is discrimination, the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people. Why, phone? Hold on, let me just turn off my notifications.
Everyone's saying you cute and they love your earrings.
Oh, thank you. I flipped them backwards because I'm ghetto. This is the front way. Categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. Number 3, racist, person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people or other races. One is superior than the other. And number 4, I think this is most important for our discussion, is apologist, a person who offers an argument in defense of something controversial. I think it's important to have this discussion with you guys because what a lot of people end up doing is they keep reframing narratives or they keep taking a word and applying it to a situation that has no power or has no relevance to a situation, and because of that we don't actually fully grasp how to tackle a situation. And I don't know why people seem to think that it's okay to loosely use these terms, but when you start to throw that word everywhere, a lot of individuals become desensitized, and we can't actually focus on what actually is happening in the here and the now, you know? So let's have an open discussion about the situation that's happening between Nick Snider and Tea Time. That includes Nikki and Smoka.
Ooh, Nick Snider joined the chat.
Oh, thank you, Nick, for joining. Okay, so let's have an open discussion. As it has been seen, Nick Snider and friends and Nikki Amoka and their friends have been having a back and forth sort of situation regarding holding people accountable to what's going on in their lives and therefore and thereafter. Oh, now I'm nervous because now people matter. Oh my God, like too many people are here. I'm anxious.
We got 60 people in the chat now.
I liked it better when I could record and just listen to myself. But in any case, there's so much heat going on between these three parties and more people to be included as well. And I feel like it's starting to expand into something that it didn't necessarily need to be expanded into. And I want to touch on the importance of understanding the difference between mental health and mental illness. Mental health is a concept where we touch upon what a situation could how it could affect somebody's emotional or psychological well-being. God, I can't even talk. And mental illness, this plays into the factor of trauma, and it also plays into the concept of understanding that there are emotional and psychological triggers that influence how your brain ends up processing information. And I see a lot of people using the term of mental health as a reasons of why they cannot be held accountable to something. And I think that's detrimental because, I don't know, people are loosely throwing the word anxiety. If you have anxiety, guys, you know what anxiety is. It becomes a physical assault to your body. You can't breathe, you can't see straight, you can't function. And I think being anxious is completely different from having anxiety. So I know a lot of people have been commenting towards me very hard because of how much I come for Petty Page. I want you guys to know all of my commentary is based off of the activity. I don't know Petty Page personally, so I will never have anything to speak bad about her in reference to her as a person, because, you know, she could be a sweet, humble, loving person in her private circle, but I only see her activities, and her image that she puts on social media is all that I get from face value. So that being said, this is the only thing that I have to define her as a person. Do you understand? Am I making sense? Hold on. Wait, what are people saying, Nort?
Well, we were just talking about next video and stuff like that. Not much going on. Let's see. Josephine KK said mental health is not an excuse for actions, but it may contribute towards the way you act, if that makes any sense. It
does make sense. It definitely does make sense.
Yep.
But there's a difference between using your mental illness as a means to excuse why you act like a jerk to somebody, because it's not like someone has Tourette's where they can just uncontrollably start spewing things. That's a completely different factor. Now, if it causes you to be volatile, then that's something completely different, because you could have manic depression, or you could have some sort of other illness that's factoring in. But then you also have to understand that there are ways to cope with that. And I'm not speaking out of my butthole, guys. I have a family. Even through my own personal experience, I battle with mental health myself. I have PTSD. I have depression. And I've had depression since I was 11 years old. Okay, I'm sharing. Oh my God, sharing is caring. I have that weird something where you pluck out your eyebrows because you're anxious. Okay, I don't know what it's called. What is it? I'm not
exactly sure. I remember we talked about it at one point though.
Whatever. But I've developed coping mechanisms to end up dealing with this. And then on top of that, from the mental health of my family, a lot of people go through things that I'm not really going to discuss with you guys there because that's their story. All I can do is speak on my story, and never once have I seen any of those individuals going through something take what they're going through and take that and blame it on somebody else as a means to handle stuff. I see a lot of things going on. I want to make sure that I'm reading what everybody has to say. Sorry, I'm using my phone, so the text is like really small. So like Nour is my eyes right now. Oh wait, oh god, I don't like looking at myself. Can we fix that?
Possibly. No, we can't.
No, we can't.
No,
Okay, I have to look
Zoom.
at myself. That's despicable. Nobody's perfect, counterproductive to keep acting. Oh no, well, thank you so much, Candace. I can't wait to. Where did you go? Are you eating more mac and cheese?
Oh, I'm getting water. Mac and cheese is good though.
Okay, thanks. I'm late, chef. Birth mother overload with hormones. Doctor says stress is really bad. Tear people down. Okay, so while Nick is here, let's just have a conversation about that video because I think it's important for him to hear it without anybody bashing him. I'd be the first to say, along with many others, that nobody is perfect. And I feel like the only difference between the average human being and somebody who is an alleged criminal is that the average human being has not gotten caught yet. That's really what it is. You got caught for your mess, and that's the difference between you and myself. So I don't like when people create this concept of being higher than, and I'm not saying that's what Nick is doing specifically, but I don't want that to be the articulated statement as going forth with what happened between himself and friends and tea time. Now, when it comes to tea time, the only thing that I really had a strong issue with your video, Nick, was that you ended up condensing many statements made by a lot of up-and-coming drama channels, but then your narrative ended up allowing people to believe that it was strictly which video, the one that you recently released with the receipts. That specific video had allowed people to come up with the assumption that Nikki and Mocha were the ones who were strictly the ones who were attacking you or saying certain narratives that, like, basically flipping the script and saying that you were saying certain things specifically, or them being the key persons who were attacking you specifically. And there was something in there, I think I wrote it down, that you said, that they said, and that actually didn't come from them. I think it was specifically about calling you an anti-Semite. They weren't the ones who were saying that statement. A lot of people have been coming to you and saying that T-Trigger was the one who ended up trying to flip that narrative. But if you watch that video to the end, and unfortunately he screwed up in how he ended up outlining that situation, but he wasn't calling you an anti-Semite. He was just basically saying, hey, could you just be mindful of your words, because it could really heavily influence people for the negative. What is the comments?
He said the ending where I said the anti-Semitic narrative. I agree. I should have made that clear about T-Trigger.
Yeah. Another thing that also ended up bothering me a lot was the use of receipts. From what I could see, they turned off the fan again. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, my anxiety, my fingers are cold. I can't breathe. Another thing that I wanted to touch, what was I saying? Or I lost my train of thought because I was so excited.
You were talking about T-Trigger and all that.
Another thing, I'm not gonna look at you guys right now because seeing the words flash on the screen is making me confused, and I can't even focus on myself sometimes. So, and Nour, when you see something that's worth mentioning, just throw it in at me.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate you, fam. Another thing that ended up bothering me a lot was the use of receipts. Now, a lot of people that I've seen arguing about this on Twitter and the like ended up saying, oh, when it was okay for everybody to use Rich Lux's receipts when he had said the N-word. And what happened?
Nick Snider was saying my issue with that and why I was so upset was because by him starting that video like that, people will only hear three things: Nick Snider, anti-Semitic, and someone whose life could be in danger. Some will stick around till the end and they will run with that narrative.
And that's very true. That is very true, and I feel like it would be in the best interest of T-Trigger to be able to address that with his audience and have a follow-up video, because I know he has been saying it all throughout Twitter, and he also said that towards the end of his video, but I think it would be in the best interest of everyone to put that in the beginning of his statement, because it's for those people that only watch the first 5 minutes of these lives and then run off and be like, oh, I got the tea, guys, I know what's going on. Like, no, you don't know. No, you don't. Have a nice day. It's kind of like when Trisha ends up speaking about the Stephanie Sue situation. She didn't watch the whole freaking video both times, fam. That got me heated, okay? And then I'm like, don't talk about something you don't know, fam. Okay, anyway. But in any case, God, I lost my train of thought again. This is why I write things down. Receipts. Thanks, fam. So when it comes to the receipts, and especially with the situation with Rich Lux, I think the whole thing was about Rich is the fact that he has not formally apologized, because I'm sure as many people saw, when it came to Rich, he gave this very flippant apology that even Paige ended up saying was not it, fam. And him dropping, he addressed formally the GA one, but not the ER one. He didn't address that, and it's not to say that anybody should condemn Rich, because I'm sure Rich has grown from this, and whoever doesn't agree, go ahead and tell me why you don't agree. But I don't think Rich Lux is a racist. I don't. I think he said some screwed up things, and I think that he has not taken the time to properly address said things. But to throw a label at someone, that is why I specifically read these defining terms in the beginning, because how someone says something is different from how they live. So you can say whatever you want to, but it doesn't actually tell people how you live your life. And I wanted to also define these terms for you guys. When it comes to language, we have what's called connotation, which is an idea or feeling that a word invokes and involves in addition to the literal or primary meaning. So it's the abstract meaning and what the intention of that word is, versus denotation, the literal or primary meaning of a word in contrast to the feelings or ideas that the word suggests. So an example would be the color blue, or saying the word blue. The connotative term would be blue means sad, so I'm feeling blue today, versus the denotative word or meaning of that is the blueberries are blue, so the direct meaning of blue is a color, so that would associate with the blueberry. Do you guys kind of like get that? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Sam.
Nick was saying he reached out to T-Trigger last night and explained why he was so upset about the beginning of his video.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was saying in his video, he was referring to the receipts from the video clip of Rich saying, I wasn't referring to the video Luscious made. We all told Rich that apology wasn't it in public even as well.
Okay. But I think the biggest factor is because when I ended up seeing your video, Nick, I understand, because I understand where you're coming from. You are coming from a place of knowing that you had that private conversation. As far as how everyone addressed it publicly, a lot of the fans, because I'm a fan, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not. And Nour is your biggest fan. She was the one who put me onto you.
Love you, Nick.
Okay. We never, or I'm going to say that what you said did not equate to a lot of people as anybody actually formally addressing the situation. There was a lot missing from that. And especially with his last apology, Rich Lux did not. Oh, you got a heart. Congratulations.
I got my name wrong, but it's okay.
A lot of people, there was a lot to be desired from that. And I don't think that Rich has taken it upon himself to fully understand or grasp that concept. And him excusing or trying to explain away why he said what he said is not the way to address that situation. And nobody's holding you specifically accountable to that, because what Rich does in his free time, that's his business. But because you associate with this one, even if you guys like sat down and be like, Rich, didn't I tell you XYZ? Okay, I said it to you. So what Rich does, don't associate me with that behavior. I think that would have been improper. Are you really about to take a picture of the fact that he addressed you?
Yes.
You're despicable. You concerned me.
Listen.
I think that's what is to be desired. Now, when it comes to Nikki and Mocha, I know it wasn't possibly you who ended up gathering together all these receipts, but the person who did so, what was the intention behind that? Was it just to do a tit for tat sort of situation? And then on top of that, timing means everything. So I personally have never condemned Rich Lux for using something, what he said 5 years ago, because I understand the concept of him being a different person from then. But to use receipts from 2011 and 2012 and not explaining or highlighting the fact that this was said at this date, understand that somebody could have grown from that. And it's not even you, Nick, because I'm sure if you took the time to, you would probably have a private conversation with them if that's what you wanted to do and if that's what they wanted to do. But my chief concern is the fact that I don't know if you have seen the comments that have been following them. And I'm not saying that you haven't received that sort of commentary either. But what I am saying is that your platform's a lot bigger and a lot stronger, and you have a lot more dedicated stands. You do. And I think I showed Nour this one hate comment that they received. Somebody had appeared on Nikki and Mocha's video that was like, is Mocha a man? And we already know about that sort of conversation. Mocha identifies with using she and her, so I think that is proper for somebody to honor, but they said so to be malicious. And then on top of that, somebody was like, keep watching their videos so that they can pay for the HIV healing. When does it be? Oh God. All right, I said I wasn't gonna get emotional.
I'm gonna say I got a point though. He's like, I fully understand. I do not plan on leaving the videos up, to be honest.
Okay. And if you choose not to keep the videos up, that is commendable in of itself. But if you could also take the time to address what you said as well in a separate video, because all those fans, even if you take the video down, it's still not going to take away from the fact from the people who did see it and how they're spreading that information, because people are raining down hatred on them, raining down, and it's out of line almost. Like,
he was saying it's never okay to throw HIV out at someone as an insult as well.
Exactly. And you can tell the person who used that intent to bring up HIV as an insult, they were doing so with the intention of bringing up the facts of their sexuality into it too. So not only was this person condemning them for possibly, leaving hatred in reference to you, Nick, and they were doing so with the intention of being your battle, and you didn't ask for that. I know you didn't. But on top of that, they're also questioning, running into stereotypes and saying that all people who are gay or who live by that lifestyle are out here catching HIV and metamorphosizing that into AIDS, and that's not okay, fam. It's never okay. And I specifically ended up reaching out to these people and saying to them, hey, like, never is it okay to take an illness for somebody that they didn't ask for, mind you, regardless of what they lived through, and then using that as a way to spread and perpetuate hatred to anybody. That's never okay. Okay, can you read some comments to me? Because I feel like I'm just talking everybody's ear.
Gemini was like, I am very disappointed because of all what happened around the whole Nick situation and his friends, but I think he cannot be 100% held accountable for what his stands say.
No, and I never want him to be held accountable for what his stands say. All I could do is hold Nick accountable to his own narrative, because I understand he's coming from an emotional place, because he's going through it too, and nobody wants to see their friends getting dragged. Nobody.
Yeah, but was also saying, of course I get the same insult on the daily on top of many others from their following. It's not okay on both sides.
Right. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to pin this all on Nick. Never am I trying to do that. Nor do I want everyone to do the opposite and pin everything on Nikki and Mocha. Everyone has had their contribution into this pot. And right now, guys, keeping it a band with you, this food tastes nasty. So we got to just start over, okay? Like, if we could start this over, it'd be ideal. But you know what? There's bad blood amongst people. And I think collectively, we as an audience, now I'm talking from a viewer to a viewer, I love you too. I can't read your name because I'm halfway blind. But I think we collectively need to understand the concept of mob mentality and hopping on a bandwagon and perpetuating hatred when we don't know the full breadth of what's going on. I think a lot of people get lost into the fact that they belong to a certain community, and I don't know, there's no balance, and I don't see balance anywhere. It's kind of like, oh, I hate you and I hate your guts and I hate what you're about, and I don't care if you donated $500,000 to charity. It doesn't matter because you suck eggs and break your toes, kick rocks. I don't know.
Candace Salem said, but Miracle, he can ask the subs to stop.
He can. And Nick, I hope you saw that comment. You can ask your subs to stop. You can. he can ask them, and at the same breath we also have to remember too that he can't force them to stop, but at least in that case, Nick, it will take all the energy off of you because you formally asked them to stop. What?
Someone said, what are your thoughts in Paige seemingly defending Rich Lux's racist comments? That's from E. Artilla.
Honey, can we please talk about when did Fat Joe become the spokesperson of dropping so? Listen, I agreed with Nikki and Mocha full-fledged because people can give him the N-word pass, but he can't bestow it upon other people. And let me add this, okay? I'm one of the few people that don't like that word, period. I don't believe in reforming a word. No, it's negative. You can have it, throw it away, burn it, do what you need to do, okay? This is why I don't do emotional things. Go ahead.
I mean, you're not wrong, though. It's not right.
Oh my goodness. What's another one, Nour? What is this lint? I don't like that.
J.Y. Park said, my biggest issue is the superficial retort, the flippant apology to anyone telling your group these words are problematic / racist, as if the minority's fault for feeling marginalized.
That's true. Read that again, just for the people in the back.
My biggest issue is the superficial retort, the flippant apology to anyone telling your group these words are problematic or racist, as if it's the minority's fault for feeling marginalized. Let's see, what else is going on here? Serious conversation though, is Fat Joe still relevant?
No! Next!
Everyone's saying that they love you and they love your live because it's very impartial.
Oh, thank you.
That it's nice that you're actually having a conversation with Nick instead of just kind of throwing stuff out there.
Oh, thank you. You guys are so nice. Why are you so nice?
Double Guitars also says she loves your sweater because it's like Napoleon ice cream.
Oh, thank you. It's fuzzy too. It's kind of warm. Okay. Sometimes the way I act, people must think I'm like 5 years old. I'm old, okay? I had wrote all this stuff down, but I'm just like, bump this script, bump that. Y'all get
Miss Ray says teacher needs to watch out because the lines can really be blurred going from holding them accountable to doing what they calling them out for.
I totally agree with that sentiment. I do, because that's what happened with Allie. Allie was, you know, the warrior who came to save the day, and then she became the person that she hated, and then she started lying a whole bunch of mess, and then now she is where she is, and yeah, we're gonna leave her alone. Go ahead.
Not that really much going on. Hold on.
Sorry, we're reading back because you guys are hyped and I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me ramble, guys.
You got 205 people watching though.
You appreciate you. Welcome.
Someone said, but on the other side, you can ask their subs to stop talking as well. And Nick has always told scholars not to attack others.
And I would also argue that point for Nikki and Mocha. I've even showed receipts on past videos where they've asked their subscribers to, hey, could you please keep this energy over here? Don't spread that hatred. So, we can't really talk about the subscribers. It sucks. It sucks. But it's just make that narrative in the beginning of it. General rule of thumb, say it in the beginning, don't spread this hatred to this person from the beginning, because then if people want to be jerk-offs and then, oh, excuse my language, ends up spreading that hatred everywhere, that's on them, and you can't really hold the creator as the one to be held accountable.
I love Gemini's comment. This is unrelated, but how do you keep such a positive attitude? You're so full of energy. Love it.
I think I'm so negative that it comes out as positive.
I get that.
Oh my goodness.
They're saying you're so sweet and bubbly.
Really?
Yes.
You guys gotta hang out with me in person because y'all changed that in a heartbeat. I don't know.
Oh, that's not true. I've known you for almost a year.
But I think about how cryptic I am. I just say it with a smile and everyone thinks I'm nice. I don't understand.
Nick was like, this isn't related to the combo, but I love your take on delivering the tea in the kitchen.
Oh, thank you. So basically, that whole thing started off because I wanted to condense as much time as possible, and then I was just like, oh, let's multitask and let that be a thing. And it worked out, and I actually enjoyed it. You guys actually helped me enjoy cooking because now I have a reason to do it versus, oh no, I'm tired. Don't ask me to do that.
Well, when are you gonna cook for me? Yeah.
You have macaroni and cheese. Okay.
It was good. Y'all should come over.
Come to my house, 555 West Brook Street. That's not my address.
Is that even a real address? You better call someone's house now. We're gonna have a lot of people sitting outside.
They don't know which town. God, the technicalities. You know what's my dream, guys? I had a dream about this. Tell me if this thing should be a real thing. Okay, I feel like all the drama channels just need to go on a cruise together, a nondescript location, and that way if we don't like each other in person, we can go ahead and go to our rooms and not talk to each other. That'd be ideal, wouldn't it? I think it's a thing.
Mira, I should become then I have to become a drama channel, so I can go.
You're uninvited. But anyway, read what everybody has to say, because I think that should be a thing.
Let's see.
Because that'd be so cool. Imagine vlogging that and be like, oh my god, everybody I looked up to, they all here. Oh my god. And then,
Happy Face Spiders, like, I really like all the drama channels. If I'm being objective, I do think the problem with drama channels as a whole is that they should remain objective, and I think many of them strayed from that.
I think so too. And you know what happens? And I have to personally take blame for this too, because I was a consumer of that material too. Just like with regular news stations, the more negativity that's involved, the more clicks it gets. And I feel like if people encourage that whole mentality of, oh, let's bring about positivity, let's hear the scoop or whatever, then we would get more of that out of people. But people start to marginalize and encourage that negative behavior. Oh, I like what so-and-so is beefing with so-and-so, because it's easier to do that.
Someone says, Miracle, that toxicity is spewing over to Tea Time, Trigger, etc. from the channels that they have tried to hold accountable. All the people want was the change of direction from them. And that was from Teresa.
Teresa, I definitely agree. And it sucks because, you know, as a fan, you want to protect your I don't know, whoever you're looking up to, but I don't ever think that it should be okay for you to protect someone from what they're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you see that somebody you care about is drowning, it doesn't mean go ahead and hop in the water with them and then start drowning too. No, you want to save them and pull them out of that. And yes, they might have gotten water all over them, but at least they're not falling into that like sunken battle and they're never going to come from it, you know? Everybody has the opportunity to grow, you know?
I love what Marcy said. Regardless of opinions, I think name calling can be taken off the table.
Right.
Big facts.
Yeah, and I guys, I don't want you to also turn, because name calling is unnecessary. That just shows you didn't have nothing to talk about in the first place if you start dissing people that way. Because no, have a good night. Anyway, what I want to also touch upon with people is, don't think that having an opinion and stating that opinion is you being a jerk either. Because I think a lot of people don't understand the ramifications of silencing people, because it messes up with everyone's freedom of speech. Then nobody can say anything. Then you can't tell if somebody's good, bad, ugly. You can't tell any of that stuff because everybody's giving you this facade and everyone wants to be PC. You can state your opinions and your feelings about something without being a jerk. It's not necessary. And don't use passion as a way to say it. And yes, people are going to slip up, but that doesn't mean, like, if it's your constant dialogue, that means that you're not serious about fixing the problem.
Nick was saying, we were asked to stop calling Manny, but others are allowed to still call others names. How about everyone stop with the nicknames, including myself?
Oh, that's good.
That.
Yeah.
Not another drama channel said, I agree. Everyone should have the opportunity to learn and grow. I want to always give people that chance, no matter who it is. And I completely agree with that, because there's been so many drama channels, or even just regular big YouTubers that they get attacked for things that they said so many years ago, and that's just not who they are today.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen so many people get dragged and canceled for it, and it's just, it's not fair to them, because obviously, even though I'm very young, you know, things I've said years ago are not going to be who I am today. I've grown so much, and I know, same with you and everyone else, we're all human, you know? It's not
I've
fair.
always been perfect, sorry.
I'm just kidding. Sure, Mira.
Can't relate. No, just kidding. But I want, hello, I can't read.
That was Estella. She said, hey, love.
Estella's so cute. She's so cute. You guys need to watch her videos if you haven't already, okay? Go ahead and watch Nick, too, because I know besides all the crap that he has done, that doesn't define him as a person. Watch Tea Time. Watch Tea Trigger. Go ahead and watch It's Fringy. Everybody, I love them so much, and they have so much to offer. Watch everybody, because they're just so wonderful, and I wouldn't just, I don't know, how they conduct themselves, it's different Why are you laughing?
Mrs. Smart, these drama channels are kind of feeling like a scripted type of thing. Reminds me of Housewives. You can call what it is likely to happen next.
Basically. Spill that hot chocolate. Fill that. Okay. But I don't know. I just want the dialogue to change because I don't understand. We're all trying to move to like the same direction and everybody's being so hateful for no reason. Like, if you can't say it to the person when they're walking down the street to you, why would you say it then? And then if you did, that just shows you just a rat-tailed hula bagala. I'm not trying to cuss off in here. But I don't see the point in doing that because why are you giving so much energy to somebody who's not paying to live in your head? If they are not paying to be there, don't keep them there. Keep it moving. There's no point. There's no point.
Oh, Jan's review. The new brand of drama channels are like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you so much.
Especially, Mind of the Miracle. Her channel's great.
Shameless plug, Nour. Everybody's hearing.
You want me to do that on my Snapchat, so I gotta do it for you on your channel.
Thanks.
I got you.
But like my whole thing is like I don't know. I just wanted to because when I first fell in love with all of these channels, all of them had some like wit and class and character about them, and then it just became everybody. I'm throwing shade. Don't like me, okay? I'm not gonna make friends, but don't be like T by Ali. Because she was just shady from the beginning. Have a nice day. Nobody quote me on that. Have a nice day. I don't know. Jersey does not own her. But you know what? Let's hope she gets better because I want the best for her. But hopefully she don't start this toxic behavior all over. But Twitter be telling on people. Why are you laughing in silence?
J-Way Park. I think everyone got burnt out because of James Charles.
James Charles got burnt out by himself. Continue. He's gonna flag this video.
Story, it's okay.
He's gonna flag my video. Oh no, I'm not relevant enough for him to flag it. Never mind.
Ooh, what do you have to say about this? Diamond Doll 1008 said the problem with Nick is that he has repeatedly engaged in problematic behavior, and when it has been pointed out to him, he gets defensive and doubles down on the behavior and continues to do the same.
I think how somebody delivers a message will end up affecting the person who's receiving that message. Because if you're not ready to accept what you're being told, you're not going to be able to articulate it and change it. So that being said, if somebody is calling Nick an a-hole for being XYZ, why'd you have to include the a-hole? Be like, Nick, that was kind of messed up. Don't do that. And I've seen it in somebody on Twitter was going through a thread trying to say that Nick was falsely transphobic. And then Nick had answered them so politely, like, thank you for sharing this information and, learned me, telling me what I need to know. And he was very respectful versus somebody like, you know what, you a jackrabbit and you don't know anything and this is why you're a racist. Like, who's gonna receive that? You wouldn't even receive that. No, like, don't pretend, don't fake the funk, because if somebody said that to you, you'd be like, I will backhand you. Like, have a nice day.
Nick was like, you are a positive light in the drama community.
Oh my god, it's so nice. I'm not positive. I'm really like.
He's also saying, do you want to come to the next party so we can corrupt you? We hold meetings a few times a year.
Me? Only if
Nick, please don't corrupt her. I kind of like her the way she is. Please,
only if Mocha and Nikki can come with me. You see the shade? Look at that.
Nick, can I come too, please?
I'm kidding. You guys have to fix that first. But you're so nice. I'm poor though. I can't travel nowhere.
I got you.
I broke my foot. I can't do nothing.
I got you. I'll take you.
You guys want to see the sexy image of my foot in its like stupid brace thing? Isn't that nice? It's dirty.
Can't relate. Ain't got no broken feet out here.
Whatever.
I just love watching your foot come up on the screen.
It's like lagging so hard.
Oh, someone said, how's your foot healing?
My doctor was like, girl, it's not gonna fix, but we're gonna give you a shot to help you up. Yeah, so my foot is like permanently broken in that spot. But hopefully, like, I can walk on it. It's just I think I need physical therapy because like 15 minutes I get winded, but that also could be because I'm fat, so you're not gonna address that.
Calm down.
I am.
No, you're not. You're just fluffy. It's okay.
Fluffy. Listen, I don't need no soft words, man. I know big is big. Have a nice day. Listen, I don't lie to myself. I know I'm big. I can't breathe half the time. Sweating for no reason. Oh my goodness. per rattle. It's like 276 people. I never would have thought. 280 on blinds. But let me know what you guys want me to touch upon too, because there's so much stuff going on, and I feel like it doesn't need to be this way. And I don't know. I just want everybody to hold themselves, because accountability does not mean. Yeah, accountability does not mean spread hatred. I don't see the point in doing that. You're not benefiting anybody by spreading hatred. What are you laughing at?
Lynn0530. I hate when people put pillows in front to cover the gut.
Mind your business. Continue.
Emma Teresa.
This is my comfort pillow. Mind your business. I have big breasts. Have a nice day. Anyway.
Emma Teresa said hi from a new subscriber.
Oh, hello. Thank you for joining the family. Oh my goodness.
Josephine KK, my gut is my pillow.
Relatable.
Same though.
It's the way I'm sitting right now. That's what's not suffocating me right now, because when I lay down, it's a different story. Let me just sit up properly. Y'all think just because I'm big don't mean I ain't got a shape. I got a shape, okay? Circular is a shape. Have a nice day.
Round is a shape. Round. Sarah Harris said, do you think drama gets blown up because we live on our phones? I mean, some people's whole world is on social media. She said, would love your feedback.
Yeah, I think that's a factor in it too. And you know what happens? Social media causes people not to be able to interact with the people they say in their day to day. So, especially with YouTube, you allow conversations to transfer between somebody who's famous, quote unquote, versus somebody who is of the average 9-to-5 or whatever the case may be. So, this personal one-on-one engagement allows people to also feel like they're entitled to changing somebody else's opinion or narrative. And I think because of this lack of physical socialization with people we actually know, we end up feeding into this information that we meet with people online, and it becomes our world, so to speak, you know? Did that make sense? I feel like that made sense.
Sure.
What?
No! I was too busy reading the comments.
Oh, God.
Jan Interview said, is Miracle your real name?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's a lovely
Can
name.
I dox myself so nobody else, because I feel like I put my first and last name everywhere. Anyway, my name is Miracle DeFreitas. If you guys want to look me up, I'm not relevant, so you're not going to find nothing on me. Probably just a Google account. But yeah, Miracle DeFreitas.
Good luck trying to spell the last name.
Yeah, it's real hard, okay?
I put your name for a freaking job interview, and it's just like, I spelled it wrong 3 different times.
And then you got to add the space in the appropriate spot. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys wanted to know my background, nationality, my dad is Trinidadian. He is Portuguese, Indian, and Black mix, and my mom is from the boogie down south. Not really, okay, but she's from the country. She's in Virginia, and she's Black and Native American. What a good old time.
William 98 Kennedy, are you wearing a costume?
Are you really coming for my life right now? No, my sister got me this fuzzy thing. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Don't come roasting me, okay? You don't buy my clothes.
Demi Montez says, are you going to address Nikki's tweet? So what do you think?
What? Oh, Nour, go on Twitter and tell me what Nikki's tweet says. Tell me what Nikki's tweet said.
Hey, which tweet?
Because my phone is on airplane mode because my family keeps asking me to do something, and I told them that I was doing this today. So I just blatantly started to ignore me. Ah!
Don't break my phone.
Let's see. Tea time. Did Nikki's tweet appear on their main thing, or? Oh, this is nice. To all my peers, hold me accountable. It's the right thing to do. There is no excuse for those words, Nikki. What? I don't know what else I'm supposed to say with that. I'm going to reiterate, hold somebody accountable, but don't end up spreading hatred. So we have to watch Nikki's movements from now on, see his previous history, and then we also hope that he's developed into something worth everybody's while, because I don't think that he's a racist. He said some ignorant stuff, but at the same time, I think Nikki said he graduated sometime in one of his lives. Like, he's around my age, so that being said, he might be like, what, I don't know, like a teenager. So
they're talking about the tweets in Nick's video.
Oh, tweets in Nick's video. Oh, God. Oh, those tweets. The racist ones. Is that the one?
I didn't watch the video. I've been too busy.
Oh, wait, what did the comments say? Those ones? I'm gonna throw your phone. I'm gonna put it on the pillow.
Also, someone said they like your fish curtains. Then I realized they weren't fish.
Yo, I thought they were fish too, but they're just like weird eye-shaped things. I don't know. I'll tell my aunt. She'll be really grateful.
The Asian tweets.
So from what I'm understanding, I don't condone that, but I also think that was his man's at the time. So if they have that weird kink for calling people weird names and slurs, that's their business. I don't know if we should call him a racist for that weird kink, you know? I know if my man person called me a black hoodlum, I'd be upset, you know?
They said he thought they were lemons at first.
Right.
I can see that.
I want to address the retard thing. I'm not excusing this. 10 years ago, it was openly common for people to call people retards. It's not good, but it was a common thing. And if we actually look at the defining term, again, connotation versus denotation, retard means to slow down. So that was the old meaning. So if you apply that to an individual, it just means that who is messaging me? Okay. It just means that, you know, oh God, I lost my train of thought. Who is that? I don't want you guys to be disturbed by my face. I can't see who that is. I can't see who it is. Some cryptic image just appeared on my screen. It's creepy. That's why I'm. Oh, is it my cousin? What's your stream right now? I asked why. Wearing a costume. Oh, I know who you. William. Yeah. What was I saying?
Someone said this lady really defended him. Tommy E.
Okay, Tommy, defend somebody who matters. I'm not saying it's okay. Never did I say that it's okay, so I don't know what you're getting mad at. Never have you heard the words come out of my mouth that I think it's okay. There's understanding what the intent behind saying something is versus them not saying it to be hurtful. Do you understand? So he's taking accountability for what he said. He thinks it's wrong. He's grown as a person to understand it's wrong. Are you going to keep telling him to hate himself and go jump off a cliff? Because that's what people are telling him because of what he said. Because we're putting that same energy. You guys are defending it in the concept of saying that towards Nick. And never should anybody do anything to Nick. Never should anybody spread that. Because when you call somebody to hate themselves, that's when you have a problem. Now you're not holding them accountable. Now you're telling them to hate themselves. That's a problem. Thank you.
Sarah Harris says, do you think things in the people's past should be used to fuel the fire against them? Should we hold people accountable for things they do now or things they done 15 years ago, or use both?
I think it's a proper balance of the two, because if you're using it as a means to hold them accountable in the present, you have to also relate it to whether or not this has been within their history or it's a normal cycle. So basically, if you call somebody a racist, okay, and they never exhibited that sort of behavior, and they never indicated to people within their close circle as well that they were racist, then they could have possibly slipped up. Versus somebody else who used to say racially driven things and they've clearly shown that there was a progression, I think that you have to hold them accountability to their current activity. So that being said, if somebody is going through, I don't know, let's say if somebody is a criminal, you know, they're a thief, they stole a loaf of bread or whatever the case may be, and then they get locked up for it, are you going to keep calling them a thief even though they haven't stolen anything for like 25 years? No, you're not going to keep putting that on them, that label. I don't know. We don't have cancel culture, guys. I feel like we have labeling culture now.
Someone says, Miracle, you're so nice even when you're fired up. That was from You Live and Learn.
This is why nobody takes me seriously. Thank you.
Someone said, perfect example, Miracle. That was by Morbid Maddie.
Oh, thank you. And you know, guys, I've been in situations where I've said some like messed up stuff. But I've said it, I don't know. I don't think I've said it with malice involved. But I think back when like the person I was in high school, I was a weirdo, okay? I still am a weirdo. I'm not going to play like I'm not. But things that used to be okay to say amongst your peers, they're not okay now. And it's with good reason, because we shouldn't still keep perpetuating this ignorant speech. But at the same time, I don't think you should condemn anybody for something that they're trying to improve upon, or they've displayed that they are not the same person that they used to be.
Maribel says people should be the change they want in the world. Nick, Rich, and even Jeffrey are true to that saying.
Right.
T-Spill just wants to point and judge.
What?
They said T-Spill just wants to point and judge. Unlike Nick, Rich, and Jeffrey, who are true to be the change that they want in the world.
And that's what I admire about Nick. That's what that attracted when you first had showed me Nick's content, Nour. I thought he was like very classy and then funny, you know? And he was just very like, I like monotoned like humor, so it appeals to my inner spirit animal. So that being said, like when all this stuff happened, I didn't suddenly change my opinion of him because of that. I just said, oh, this is an action, but that doesn't define who he is, you know?
Abby said, we want to judge everyone else by their actions and ourselves by our intentions. We don't allow people to grow. We don't allow people to change.
Right.
ContraPoints do a killer video on cancel culture.
And that's the thing. Can we cancel out cancel culture? And then, you know, I don't even think cancel culture is still the thing right now. I think cancel culture has ended up like transitioning into like labeling people. Like you have to throw a label on someone. And I think that has to do with everyone coming to terms with, you know, people have come to terms with their sexualities. That's one thing. But then there's other people who have decided to take that and then use that as a means to define, like, you're a 50-year-old man and you would identify as a 6-year-old. I don't know when that became a thing, but it happens. And because of that aspect of life, people start to label everything and everybody as something. And if you don't identify as that, why are people taking that moment to start defining other people for what they don't believe in? You know what I'm saying?
Apparently Nick shared your live.
Oh, thank you. You're so nice. I got phlegm in my throat. Don't think I'm disgusting. I'm so sorry.
If you think about it, this is from Josephine KK. She's like, if you think about it, it's ironic as such, but cancel culture didn't really come about until the Jeffree Star and Kat Von D drama in 2016-ish. I mean, she's not wrong.
You're not wrong.
That was a mess in itself.
It happened with other things. And I just want you guys to also understand, I feel like with YouTube stuff, definitely more than anywhere else I've seen, YouTube is like the only place that I've seen collectively holds people accountable for something for a prolonged period of time. Oh, my little cousin's here. Booty, I'm on live. Go that way. This is Nour.
You're mean.
I know I'm mean.
You're bullying me.
I'm not bullying you.
Mirror out here.
Who are you talking to? You acting all cute. I'm okay. Uncle Harry said hi.
Mirror out here.
Why is she so... Anyway, my little sister cousin, she's having a bad day. Exposed. I've been bullying her. All I said was just be quiet. She's not having a good day. Booty! Booty! You want some mac and cheese? Well, she's really mad at me. She doesn't answer for food. Fine.
Morgan Maddie, that was me as a teenager.
Basically, that's me now. I keep losing my train of thought, Nour.
Sarah Harris, now there's gonna be a video of you being a bully. LOL.
To my little sister. God. She's just mad at me because I think it's because you have her iPad.
Oh, that's right.
That's
like,
what she saw. She looked directly at the iPad and she's like, that's mine. Can I have that back?
Alright, bye Nick. He said he's off to go eat Taco Bell. He said he have a great day and thank you for the combo.
You as well. Enjoy your Taco Bell. How long have I been on this live? I don't want to waste you guys' day either. But I'm gonna just throw out, you know, maybe like what time is it now?
3:10.
3:10?
Yeah.
Maybe another 10 minutes, guys. So throw out your last minute things to tell me what you want to talk about because I think she's gonna yell at me for not giving her iPad back.
Witchy Mel says, I feel that the hateful behaviors that started to come out when people discovered tweets was excessive. We all changed. I don't think anyone is really the same as they were 10 years ago.
Correct. I think so too. I really believe that. Oh, and that back to my point what I was trying to make before, you know, YouTube is all about like holding people accountable because you have visual reference to end up bringing up time and time again. But then you notice like weird factors like, okay, remember when H&M brought up that like racial thing where there was like a little monkey on the black boy or whatever, and then everybody forgot about that within like 2 weeks. people forget so fast in the real world. But then here, there's like a visual dialogue of all your mess ups. And it's just like, how come we can forgive that sort of behavior where these people have a lot of presence, but we don't forgive the behavior of people who are still learning and growing from themselves, you know?
Do you think this cycle of hate and going back and forth will ever stop? That was from Tomoko Kondo.
Tomoko, that's an ideal world, because unfortunately, hatred ends up creating more hatred, and people like to see that. That's why they have shows like Love and Hip Hop, and the most viewed shows are the people that are fighting against each other. That's why people like war movies so much. It's entertainment. And then I want everybody to start living by this. Whenever something goes down, understands or like always question, is this person curious about what's going on, or if they're concerned about what's going on? Concern broods or creates positivity. Curiosity is just, you are entertainment.
I'd just like to say, Jan's review, if you could just stop with the name calling of Paige and everyone, I'd appreciate that.
So Jan's review, please. They've formally asked you to stop with the name calling.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while, and it's just getting little.
Next time I might have mods, but you know what? Actually, you know what? It's probably good. Please don't send no hate to anybody. So look at me holding myself accountable. But just also know that it's okay for you guys to disassociate yourself from somebody who's bringing something to light that you do not agree with. Ignore them. I don't know. Sometimes the best war is, staying silent, because silent treatment works for some people. Okay.
Oh, so blessings to you. I'm the person in the background. My name is Nour. I'm a good friend of Miracle's.
Can you come and say hello?
Oh, but I look like trash.
You don't look like trash. Okay, this is Nort.
I'm in my pajamas. Don't judge me. Hello.
Okay, that's Nort.
Gonna go hide in the corner again. My first debut on YouTube.
First debut. Look, you're moving up in the world, fam. Now you have to make a channel.
Oh,
if you go,
I just saw myself on the screen. Yeah, I actually have a channel. I just haven't posted anything. We're about to film a video for my channel right after this, though. It's subtle highlights. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing like makeup and things, maybe drama. I don't know. To be figured out.
To be decided.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I've been trying to get her to make a channel for like 7 months.
I love how someone called me Nort.
Yes!
I love it!
Yes, keep calling her Nort. Her name is Nour, Nour, but I add the T. For people I'm really close with, I add T's to their name because I'm obnoxious. Oh my god.
So they were like, oh my god, it's not Nort?
It's not Nort.
Love it.
Nour.
No, it's okay, you're good.
Her name is Nour.
Oh, and you live and learn. My channel name is Subtle Highlight.
Subtle highlights.
You should,
I named her.
You should plug me at the bottom of your description.
Okay, I will plug her social media things and later on this live if I can figure it out, because I'm technologically challenged. Has it been 10 minutes? Any last minute things, guys? I don't want to rush you guys off here, but I also want you to live your lives too. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch me prattle on.
Oh, so someone was telling me to ask this question to you. Nick and Rich are constantly attacked by Jackie, Aina, and other black women. They both trafficked in negative stereotypes of black women, and even after they were told it was racist. Should we just ignore that?
To be honest with you, I can't really speak on that. Jackie Aina, I don't know much of her history, but I see that she's quite problematic, and don't think, because I too have faced backlash from my own people for supporting Jeffree Star and stuff. Somebody told me I'm not allowed to speak on racial things because I use Jeffree Star products. I'm like, mind your business, you don't buy my stuff, have a nice day. But anyway, my whole mentality about that is just because some people have this concept that if black people collectively join together, they're going to be able to surpass all the hatred that's brought onto them, which I agree. However, some people take it to the extreme of disassociating themselves from other people. And I want everybody to be aware of the fact that divide and conquer is a real thing, but it doesn't mean completely separate yourself from hearing the words and advice of other people, and other races and all that stuff. Because think about it. Like, even if you think about American history, Black people as a whole collectively could have separated themselves, during the Civil War and all that stuff. But it's because of their white counterparts that this actually became something that's widely supported. Because if those people never started to care about Black people, then even if we completely segregated ourselves from that situation and that slavery and such, then, like, I don't know. It just, I hope I'm making sense right now. That's a whole other topic. If you guys want me to get into that another live, I will. But I just want everybody to just love each other.
I'm just gonna show my channel name because someone was asking how to spell it, and I'm not trying to spell it aloud because I'm stupid.
Doxer.
Yeah, there you go. That's my channel. Yeah, you guys don't like how I have one subscriber. That's my good friend here, Miracle.
Yeah, I'm her only subscriber.
I don't even follow my own account on from my main. But yeah. Oh, cool. It actually. Okay.
What happened, Woody?
I need a half. I don't watch it.
Okay, she wants her iPad. All right, guys, so I'm gonna bother you another time. Let me know in the comments or like right now if you want me to do another live another time. Because my little sister, she wants her iPad.
I need a charger. I need to put on the half pad.
Okay, bossy, I heard you. All right, guys, I love you so much. Bye. How do you turn this off? Oh my God, I'm ignorant.
Please.
Yes.